My people, what up, though? We back with another episode of All Black Men Need Therapy. My name is Chief.
And I'm Bell.
My name is Prentice.
Turn your mic down, cuz. Bell,
This mic,
My shit is
you
loud.
redlining, cuz. This shit loud as hell.
yo, I can't stand y'all. How about now?
Good.
Is that my business?
What it do, fellas? I appreciate y'all boys, man. We back at it again, man. Happy Monday and all that. Started a new week. P, how you living? How you feeling? Well, how you doing? How you living? How you feeling? Check in, cuz.
I'm good, other than the fact that the screen is frozen.
Who frozen?
Oh, we hear
Me?
you.
Y'all hear me?
Fine. Yeah, we hear you
Yeah.
fine.
Regular ass setup over there. Hey,
Okay,
y'all
cool.
contribute. Y'all contribute to the
Yeah,
All Black Men Need Therapy podcast and help us get Prentice a setup because we we need to get right on all three ends of this operation.
Yeah, man, I'm good. Other than the fact I got these red ass eyes, but I don't know if y'all can see my eyes are hella red, and I don't think it's
Allergies?
allergies right now. Like I'm trying to,
I asked if it was allergies.
nah, I don't know what's going on, but I'm about to make a doctor's appointment, bro, because my eyes have been red for like 5 days and shit, man, which is just not normal. So, other than these red ass eyes I guess I'm chilling. I'm ashy as hell. Just hopped out the pool with the kids so we could come up and record. So today was like the first pool day. You know, they love the water and shit. So, getting to it, man. Right now I'm on like a paper chase. Like that's all I'm about right now. I'm trying to get to the money right now. So I'm in that season. But I'm solid, man. I'm not as
Well,
stressed as I was. So I'm cool.
Has the paper chase ever not been the case?
It's more adamant right now. Sometimes you have your seasons where it's more of a focus than others. You know what I mean? Planning for changes and you know what I mean. Depending on what you got going on in the schedule, is sometimes you're in a more, I guess, on coast mode and in your pocket, and then sometimes you got to step it up even more to accomplish a couple of goals. So that's where I'm at right
Man,
now.
that
But it's
is
good
right
because I
on.
haven't had to leave. I haven't had to get on a plane, man. It's the longest I've been home all year, and so all the bread I'm making for the month of June is standard rate bread, but I don't have to get on a plane, man. So I feel like that's a testimony to my growth in my career, because usually you got to leave home in order to get paid your value. Like for me, at least,
I mean,
that's
I
how it's
feel
been.
like that's like the artist. That's been like the biggest knock on artists'
Mhm.
communities. Like they got to go somewhere else to get hot. You know what I'm saying? And then come back for people to
Yeah,
rock with them. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
So
like just not even hot, bro. But compensated your rate. You know what I'm saying? But the Grammy shit really changed all of that. So that was real biggest blessing behind that. Is that
yesterday's
there are no.
price is not
I mean, absolutely,
today's
bro.
price.
Yeah, man. So I ain't had to leave the house. It's cool to be able to, make and hit my average weights and shit like that, and be able to drive right back home and not have to go to the airport to get on a plane or go back to a hotel. So
That
I'm
shit gets
definitely not complaining, man.
that shit gets draining.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's not as fun as people think it is. You know what I mean? Like I think people, they hear about artist lifestyle or traveling lifestyle, and you go in so many different places, but people don't realize how draining that is and how like isolating it can be. And I enjoyed my alone time and free time, but that shit it's a lot, man. It's a whole lot.
More
What's up with y'all?
Go ahead. What's good with you, baby? Check in. How you living? How you feeling?
man, that stomach bug ran through the Bellamy household, boy.
Ooh,
So
everybody got it, huh?
man, um, yeah, I got it. I got it Sunday late afternoon. I'm thinking I got that shit from the gym, but I got it like late afternoon, and then like around 6 o'clock, 6, 7 o'clock, I wasn't feeling great. And then once I started, man, it didn't stop till like 2 o'clock in the morning. And then I showered, went to sleep, woke up the next day, but didn't wake up. Like I got up, woke up, and text my boss. I'm like, yo, I'm not. I think I got a stomach bug. Like I am not in a good spot, bro. I was hurting so bad. I didn't get out the bed till 6 p.m. Like I had the chills. I couldn't keep nothing down. Well, fuck, keep nothing down. I didn't eat nothing for like 30 hours. Like when I tell you it was bad, bro, it was bad. Like it was like ravaged me. And then Tuesday I woke up feeling better. And then my son got it. He threw up in the bed that morning. So then he was home. And then he had it coming out of both ends. It was crazy. But he would throw up and then get back on the couch, keep watching TV. Like we had like the garbage can by the couch. And he was fine. Like whereas I was debilitated. And then he ended up being fine. He started out of school Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. And then we sent him back to school on Friday. He was good. And then my wife got it at like 2:00 in the morning on Saturday. So it was just crazy, man. I lost like 5 pounds, bro. Like, Chief, I'm 213 right now.
Damn.
Yeah, you told me we spoke the other day.
Oh, okay, yeah, I'm 213.
Anybody.
Or so yeah, man, I had that going on. So that's why I didn't record last week. And I will say I kind of appreciated objectively listening to y'all on the last episode because I had nothing, like I didn't put the treatment together. So I had no understanding of what I was going to talk about. So just being like a fan basically and listening. And I just feel like I got to say this, Prentice, we need to get you to see somebody, bro. Like it's time. Like it's time.
What'd you take from the episode, bro?
Because what I got from the episode, I'm like, yo, he's super self-aware, like you, Prentice. Like you're super self-aware. You just need somebody to help you work through these thoughts. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like all these emotions you got going on. And you feel they're real because you feel them and you're able to articulate, like your superpower, right? You're able to articulate how they make you feel, but you're not able to make it make sense. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like I felt in listening, I felt like it was all over the place because you were just speaking from a real place. You know what I'm saying? Like these are real emotions, so you speak on it. Boom, this and then this and then this and then this. But it's like, okay, well, how do you harness that?
Sort that shit.
How do you sort? Like that's the last step, in my opinion. For you, it's like you got a strong handle on what you need help with. You just don't have nobody to help you professionally yet. That's all I'm saying. You know what I mean? Like that's what I heard. Yeah. And Chief, it was dope for you to be vulnerable as much as you were on that episode. You know, and talking about co-parenting and everything like that. And I thought it took a lot of growth for you too. Just me knowing you and how passionate you are about being a father. It took a lot of growth from you to be like, nah, I was so I'll back up. So what I got from that was you guys parenting bars from experience, fathers specifically, like your fathers, the fatherly parenting bar was so low for both of you just because of your experiences with your dads that for you, Chief, specifically, you knew that you were head and shoulders. Like there's nothing to talk about. There's no comparison. Like you are a phenomenal dad. But I think because of how much you were doing that wasn't done for you, like you was almost self-admitted. You said like nobody can tell you nothing. Mm-hmm. But it's like, but it's more than that, right? Like everything's cause and effect. Like you do this, then this is gonna happen. But you may not have necessarily been accounting for that because you were just so locked in on being a phenomenal father. So I thought that was dope to hear you talk about, you know, well, I had to take a step back, like I was privy to this, and as a result, I had to make some adjustments. I thought that was real cool for you to say because, you know, that's growth, man. Like that's growth. So
Oh yeah, so I think it was literally a conversation we had, and it was just like, I'm doing XYZ, and then I'm like, in my head, I'm like, yeah, I'm doing XYZ, and then I didn't, and I'm thinking everybody sees XYZ, but it's like, yeah, but within the middle of XYZ, this is not happening, or this is what it looks
right.
like from my perspective, and I'm like, oh shit, yeah, I can see that, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it was just, it was because, you know, we get into these, you know, like we've always said it, that no one can get you more infuriated than the mother of your child. So when certain things come about, it was like, fuck out of here, you don't get to talk to me like that. And to your point, Bill, like, nah, my bar is up, like I'm doing great, but
Right.
and it's not even a you right thing. It's just like, like there is some validity to her perspective as well. To their
Always, there's
you know what I'm
always
saying?
validity to it, because regardless if we agree with it or we don't agree with it, it's real to them.
Right.
So out of respect, we have to at least acknowledge it, whether we agree or not. Like, we have to acknowledge it, and how we move going forward is how we move. But to dismiss it, you can't dismiss it. Like, you can't, not from an active parent. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, obviously, I'm speaking from my scenario. So no, it was dope, man. And then yesterday was Father's Day.
Belated
Yeah,
happy Father's Day, fellas.
yeah. Happy Father's Day, fellas.
I saw a post the other day, fellas, and it was like, happy belated birthday. Like, no, bitch, my birthday was yesterday. It's a belated happy birthday. Like, my birthday didn't change. You saying happy birthday changed. You know what I'm saying? So it was
Yo,
like happy belated, but like, I'm like, but it made sense. You know what I'm saying?
that's a petty ass nigga.
For sure.
That's
For
funny
sure.
though. But yeah, now Father's Day was cool. I spent my dad bought me a Father's Day gift, which is, I couldn't tell you bought me a Father's Day gift, right?
OG probably
Like,
twisted
it's
two
bread,
kingdom parts together
it's
and
bread.
made a butterfly.
It's brand new in the box. He told me, he was like, yeah, I know you ain't got one. So, and I got kind of excited because I'm like, all right, like maybe he got me some tools. You know what I'm saying? Like around the house tools. Like, I ain't trying to change no transmissions, but like, it's around the house tools. And I pull up. He didn't even wait till Father's Day. I got there Saturday night. He's go out in the basement, bring it upstairs. He bought me a chainsaw. All right. So he opened it up like, yeah. He like, yeah, Duke, you know, this going through that. I said, Dad, just remember all those directions, because the next time that thing come out the box, you gonna be taking it out using it. Like, I'm not using this thing. Like, if I need something cut, I'm calling you to come cut it. like, so just remember the directions.
Maybe that's why he bought it though.
Not
Maybe that's why he
100.
bought it. It's
That's my
for you,
point.
for him.
That's my point. Like, he gonna call me, hey, Duke. Next time you come back, bring that chain, so I got a job over here. Like, that's
right.
like, you might as well just kept it at your house, bro. Like, fuck, I'm gonna do with this chainsaw. So, but yeah, he definitely got it. He definitely got it. He came up on from a booster or something. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, it came with 2 extra chains too. I'm like, I'm glad you got backup, bro. Like,
that ain't OG, man.
he was so excited too. So, you know, I hung out with him. Mother-in-law made me a big dinner, but it sucked because I told Lorraine, I'm like, I need a do-over, because I really just wanted to go to, all I wanted to do on Father's Day, all I wanted to do was go to see Bad Boys by myself. If Chief was around, I would have went with him, but that's all I wanted to do.
Let me ask y'all this, yo. I think it was Desi Banks. Shout out to Desi. Posted something on he had the babies on Father. Like, I love you, boo. Kept kissing their baby. Like, y'all go with your mama. Like, it's Father's Day. Leave me the fuck alone, basically. Like, how do y'all feel about that? Should Father's Day be a day we give the kids to the mom, or do we need to be with the kids?
See, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying. That's what I learned yesterday, bro. Like, I was with Chase from Saturday, just me and Chase, Saturday to 8 o'clock last night. All I wanted was to be by myself. Like, that's all I wanted. I wanted to just be by myself.
I picked up Sarai yesterday. She been in Miami the past 5 days with your ass, Chief. Y'all niggas chilling
like
out there gallivanting.
Right, gallivanting, frolicking and shit. She was in Miami for the past 5 days. So when I picked her up at noon on Father's Day, I was like, listen, you can have all these motherfuckers, man. Let me just do whatever comes to mind. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Whatever comes to mind, that's what I want to do.
Get your check-in, bro, because I got more questions about this Father's Day stuff, but I want to make sure you get your check-in then.
No, I'm good, man. Father's Day was dope. Got to hang out with the kids. Just spent the week at Southern Fried Poetry Slam in Pompano Beach, Florida. Shit was insane. Writers are crazy. It was just a good time. Good people. I ate snapper every night.
Oh, you found the spot?
It was a food truck, believe it or not, Mel,
Word.
out in the front, and it was one food truck had it with the bones in it, the first, and the other one didn't have no bones in it, and they gave you a nice chunky piece. I had snapper, I want to say twice
Oh, you
every
got
night.
the fillet. You done changed.
That
You
shit was
changed.
delicious.
Ain't nothing like give me thy whole fish.
No,
Give me thy whole
one
fish.
truck had the whole fish, the other one had the fillet. But either way, it was amazing. It was real good. But that was dope, man. I came back, got some writing done. I'm on. I got 2 more left that I want to write for the series I was talking about, and then I got to get to filming, man. I got to get to filming. I'm having a hard time connecting with a videographer out here, though, bro, and it's pissing me off now. So
Wow, really? I've thought that wouldn't be an issue.
Well, one, I want somebody who's talented, who's gonna. I'm still looking, but I got a meeting on Wednesday, see what the fellas say, but the energy's different this time around. It's kind of bothering me. So, I'll film myself, forget you. That's how I'm feeling. But
it's probably something small too that they did to piss you off. I bet
outside of that, man, everything is dope. The boys are getting big. I didn't realize till I got back, and I was like, damn, these niggas is big. Like, boys get big. Major kind of ran up on me and jumped on me, and I was like, damn, they like kind of hurt a little bit.
Yo,
tackled me like, yo.
It's so amazing, kids' imagination and what they will take and run with. So Lorraine, like I said, was sick. So me and Chase was going Saturday to Sunday night. He came in the house, and he was dressed up, like he had a nice outfit on. And she's like, "Oh my God, did you grow overnight? You look like you got so much taller." But she really felt like he got taller. So then he's like, "Daddy, call Gigi so she could see how much taller I got after last night." Like, so he really believed like he shot up. And then he's like, then he was on FaceTime standing up, showing her. I'm like, no, these kids are something else, man.
Hilarious, bro. Hilarious. But go ahead, tap into that Father's Day combo. Let me jump in real quick. Hold
on. What? Oh, he's on. He put us on pause or whatever, or on hold.
Is that what just happened? Because it looks like
y'all carry on the conversation. I'll be right back.
This motherfucker. Anyway, what I was going to ask.
I don't know what this nigga.
Yeah, whoever knows. Who knows? Ever knows what he's doing? I meant to text y'all this, and I even said, I'm like, I don't know if I should text them or ask them. Or ask them on the podcast. So I was thinking about this because I talked to my cousin today, my older cousin. He's like 12 years older than me, and he has 3 kids, 2 of which are adults. But anyway, he was just saying that his kids didn't get him nothing or something like that. And by him saying that, it just made me think. I'm like, yo, I wonder if Prentice and Chief get their kids' moms something for Mother's Day. And I was like, I don't want to put them on the spot as I just put you on the spot. I guess we're going to.
Yeah, no, I don't. I asked my kids if they got something for their mothers for Mother's Day, but I'm going to tell you, like, I was thinking about that. I've never gotten even a happy Father's Day for my children's mothers.
And then there's that.
I've never gotten. I've never, and this maybe is something that I was going to talk about when we were on the last week's episode. I've never even gotten a compliment of being a father outside of being in a relationship with them. Like, since I haven't been with them, they've never once acknowledged my presence as a father. Yeah. And to me, I'll say Happy Mother's Day. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, I'm grateful for you because I have this kid that we created. You know what I mean? Right. So I don't have a problem saying Happy Mother's Day, but I don't go out of my way at all to get them anything because they don't even acknowledge my presence as a father. You know, and so I just kind of feel like, not with a chip on my shoulder, but I just
basically match the energy, basically.
In a way, yeah. In a way, yeah. You know what I mean? Like, you don't even acknowledge me as a father in any aspect of fatherhood. Not, thanks for being consistent, or you are consistent you're consistently there or nothing. So, I don't really feel like they respect me too much as a father. So I don't really go out of my way to get them anything.
Chief, the question was, I didn't know if I meant to text you guys, but do you guys get your children's mother's Mother's Day gifts?
I have. It just, I think the times I have, like the boys have said something or Mia said something and I got it because the kids asked me, but I'm not like, yeah, we got to get your mom something.
Mhm.
I was just curious. I obviously don't, but I was just curious.
Did you get a Happy Father's Day text?
This nigga looking at you like,
Yeah.
come on, bro.
I've spoken to that woman twice in the past 15 years.
That's insane, bud. Because that's how I feel like it's going to be with me now. Actually, I don't think I'm ever going to speak to my oldest mother ever again. So the idea just to hear that you ain't spoken to her in 2.5 years, that's wild.
No. 15 years.
Oh, 15, the God.
I said twice in 15 years we spoke. 2009 and 2019. That's the last time.
Be like that sometime, man.
Yeah, I'm trying to see what the score of the game is. Oh yes, Celtics kicking on their ass. It's about to be a wrap. All right, y'all want to jump in?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Damn, what I do with the treatment? Who took the rent money? Oh man, hold on one sec, fellas. I had the treatment up. Damn, what I do with it?
Well, if you're just tuning in, welcome to All Black Men Need Therapy.
Oh
We
my
appreciate
god.
y'all for listening. We got a
actually,
free number and shit.
I emailed it anyway, so I can just pull it up. Oh, that's why it's under that. My bad. All right. So, today's topic I want to get into. Well, first of all, this episode is brought to you by All Black Men Need Therapy merchandise. You can find us at abmnt.com. We have new t-shirts out. Take a look. We have a new logo out. We got some our regular hoodies and our classic crew necks are still available at abmnt.com. So I want to talk about tonight comfort zone. I want to talk about that. It's been on my spirit for a little bit. I've been meaning to write something, and I know if I would have wrote it when I wanted to write it, it'd have been different than what I wrote tonight. But I don't know. I feel like it's a conversation. I feel like it's a topic that's a phrase that's said a lot, but there's not a lot of direction. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's just not that we're gonna give direction tonight, but I think it's more so just recognizing it in our lives and how the part it plays in our lives. So I raise the topic because I personally feel I can push myself out of my comfort zone, but what I want to talk about, because I feel like we've all on this call, every single one of us have pushed ourselves out of our comfort zone. But what I want to talk about is like,
just anyway, keep going, but it's keep disappearing.
I want to talk about it like not a one-time event. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to talk about hey, like so look, one of the questions I was like, what is your comfort zone operating rhythm? You know what I mean? Like, how do you recognize when you're in your comfort zone and what do you do about it? Like, do you recognize it and ignore it? Right? Like, it's a lot of things like that because we all know that everything we want is on the other side of our comfort zone. And just for the listeners, so what is it? Comfort zone is defined by Cambridge Dictionary as a situation in which you feel comfortable and in which your ability and determination are not being tested. Example, rock climbing pushes many people beyond their comfort zones. So I want to just talk about that today because again, I feel like it's we all know. Yeah, I'll come sit with you when I'm done with my call, buddy. Later, go right back. This nigga just barged up in here like the police
Yeah, they don't give a fuck.
and blinded
They
himself
don't
with
care.
his light. Yeah, because it's pitch black in his room. Anyway, Chief, did you get all that?
Yeah, I heard you.
You're over there doing too much.
No, I heard you.
So yeah, so that's all I want to talk about today. So I guess my first question to y'all is, how did that was the definition that I've read, but how do you define your comfort zone?
I don't think many people would identify being in the comfort zone. I think it has to be pointed out, perhaps. Like, I don't think it's kind of like you don't know what you don't know. And I think when you're in your comfort zone, you're exactly that comfortable and you're not really aware of it per se, I think.
How would you define it, Prentice?
Yeah. First word that comes to mind is like peace. You know what I mean? Like that's why I get stuck in it longer than I should because it feels good.
That's
you know what I'm saying? Like
that's a different take.
It's peaceful to be in that comfort zone. So my problem is, I mean, shit, I get too comfortable in it, you know, for like too long, rather than maybe hopping in and out. You know what I'm saying? But it's usually peaceful. It's usually a safe space for me. Now, if you apply that to like not being ambitious enough or procrastinating, that's a different comfort zone. But like initially, I thought like peaceful. You know what I'm saying? Like when I'm in my comfort zone, I'm in a peaceful space. It isn't always necessarily something that I need to get out of.
And that's why I asked how you define it. Like that's a good point. Like I didn't think about when I was writing this. I didn't think about it like that. Chief, you never answer how you define it.
Yeah, I don't.
I think it's a subconscious moment of, I don't want to say complacency because I think that's not necessarily it, but it can be, and it depends on what we're talking about in regards to comfort zone. Because there's comfort zone, there's pockets in relationships, there's pockets in work, there's pockets in, you know what I'm saying? So comfort zones vary, whatever. But
it's broad.
Yeah. So, but I think it's a pocket of subconscious comfort. I don't think people are sitting there going, "Yeah, I'm good." Like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's more of a. It's not complacent. Comfort is, I guess, I don't know what the synonym for what I'm looking for right now, but I think it's just a place where I don't think people are consciously aware of their comfort zone and then living enough. Maybe they are like the effort phase. Like effort, I'm here. It's where I'm at. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't know.
I think it's interesting. Like, my bad.
Right. There you go.
I was gonna say, I think it's interesting that a lot of times we associate it with being a bad thing. You know what I'm saying? Like the idea of being in the comfort zone means that, you know, something is wrong and you got to get out of it versus, you know, like identifying it as like where you want to be and what you need to do in order to maintain being in that comfort zone. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe it takes a certain amount of like income to remain in this comfortable space, or a certain amount of like additional effort. Maybe you have to apply energy somewhere to stay in this space. But a lot of times, like I'm just hearing now is talking about it, Chief, you're saying like I don't think a lot of people recognize it. And it sounds like you're saying it from the space of like you don't recognize it because you're in it and it's a bad. When you think of comfort zone, is it negative or positive to you initially?
It kind of has both connotations behind it, but the way I'm talking about it is from a negative perspective.
All right. And that's what's interesting to me is that how I think primarily when people hear the idea of being in a comfort zone, it's something negative that they have to get out of.
That's how I think of it. Like
Really?
the way I define it, and again, that's why that's why I love having these conversations because I didn't like even just think about the word you use, like peace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like even that, like even saying peace makes you feel peace. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I'm at peace. Like when you even just say the word. So my definition of comfort zone is not growing. Right? Like that's my definition. Like you're not growing.
I
And go ahead.
no, I'm looking at it now, and I want to change it to more positive. I'm thinking about you, Bell. Like when you first got the promotion, like it's a little discomfort in there, being around new people, not sure in your role, but then you fall into your comfort zone, and now it's smooth sailing. As far as you know, what I'm saying, like I'm looking
Yeah.
at it from that angle now too.
See, that's the thing. And again, this is why I'm very interested in this conversation now because never did I look at comfort zone as a positive. You know, like I never looked at it as a positive. It's always been, and again, I'm not saying that's the right way. I'm just saying how I always looked at it. I always looked at it like when you get complacent or comfortable, that's when you can lose everything. Like
So
that's
did
how I always looked at it.
didn't but didn't my description just now kind of like make sense though? Because there's been moments where like you like we went through the new transition and whatnot, like you fall into that space like, yeah, I'm not sure, which road to navigate and blah 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 blah. But now I'm in a space where like I'm comfortable, like, you know what I'm saying? I know my role, I know my
See,
lane, I'm doing my job.
it's so many layers to that though, bro. Like it's so many layers because when you say that, like I guess by definition that would be aligned. But when I think of my promotion, right? My first one. I believe I got comfortable in the idea. You're not talking to us. Oh yeah, I believe I got comfortable in the idea of the role. Kind of like I think you have kind of references like I made it, and that was almost enough for me at that time. You know what I'm saying? Like it was like, all right, I made it. And then I killed it my first year, you know what I'm saying, which only fueled it. And then the next year I got out of my comfort zone because things changed, like business changed and I had to do things a different way. And the whole company struggled, but we definitely struggled as well. So, um, so I look back at that time and I'm like, yeah, I was definitely in my comfort zone and I should have been in my hungry zone. I should have been
So
still trying to push.
does that mean? So do you think we rely more on the idea of discomfort? You get what I'm saying? Like if being in a comfortable space makes us feel like, oh shit, I'm not doing enough or I'm being complacent, does that mean that the idea of remaining uncomfortable and that whole concept of growth is discomfort? It sounds like we've kind of find more peace in that discomfort space than we do the comfort one when we're really trying to achieve fucking comfort overall. You know what I'm saying?
Which
Like
is
when I'm
insane
thinking
because
about
it's
comfort, the more I'm thinking about this shit, but when I think about my comfort zone, that's when I'm in my pocket and I realize what's going on in my life that has me this fucking happy. Like, okay, I got this much coming in, I got this going on, this is the schedule right now. These are the things that are in motion. I just got to maintain this shit in order to stay in this comfort place. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Or
yo,
Yo,
okay,
it's
we
so
living like,
it,
you know what I'm
it's
saying? Like
so
we living like this now. We driving this car. This shit is comfort. Okay, so what do we need in order to sustain this lifestyle and quality of living? I think quality of living when I think comfort zone.
Dude, dude,
I'm staying in it.
that's what I'm saying. It's all about how you define it, bro. Nothing you said is wrong, but that gives me anxiety. Like
With
me
like the
being
idea of something gonna happen.
the idea of like, oh, I just got to maintain this now, like that, because that in my mind that tells me I'm finished. You know what I'm saying? And if I'm finished, then what more do I have to look forward to?
right. So I'm thinking like as it
But you're
pertains.
what? But you're already naturally maintaining.
See,
You
but
know what
this
I'm
is
saying? Like you're
so
already
so
you got to pay the mortgage.
yeah. But here's the deal, bro. Like whatever, like if I'm using your specific example, right?
Right.
I would have dreamt or made that as a goal, whatever that comfort is, whatever that is. I would have dreamt or made that a goal, right? So now, when I get there, it's not the mountaintop, right? It's not the mountaintop. Like it's like, okay, you got here. Well, now that you know, so from get to here to here, you learned a lot. So what happens now when you take the information that you learned and apply it when you get right here, right? And now how far can you get? Like how much more? Because now it's like I'm actually better now. Like I'm better now. Let's just say a dollar amount, right? So now that I'm making six figures, and 8 months ago I was making $30,000 a year. I've learned a ton to go from 30 to 100. So now, what can I do when I apply everything I learned right now? How much better could I be? How many more people can I help? How many more people can I impact? That's where my mind goes. Where it's like I'm like, nah, like I don't, and I'm not saying that's right. I'm saying that's how I operate.
Right. So let me ask you this then. Like I'm automatically listening to you talk, I'm automatically thinking of your crib, like your house.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like I remember I came over there. I remember you showed me the renovations y'all did, how y'all knocked down the wall, you know what I'm saying, how you made the spaces. Did getting to that point of acquiring that home in Boston and doing whatever, that didn't give you a sense of comfort in a sense? Because to me, I look at it like, okay, I understand the concept of learning what you learn in that space and how much better you can be applying it. But once you get to that spot, I feel like the house is a stamp. You know, it's a stamp of achievement. And I
You're
would
not wrong.
assume,
You're not wrong.
right, I would
Okay.
assume that, but I'm asking you because of the way you think, I would assume that that house gives you a level of security, peace, comfort, or is it like I'm in this house, I was able to make these renovations, I got to work harder in order for us to maintain it, you know what I'm saying?
Hundred
Or
percent.
I can't be too comfortable sitting up in this crib that I put all this effort in, because
All
Yeah,
of
if
but
I
that.
I
do,
think
I'm gonna lose it.
I think being comfortable and being in a comfort zone are two different things.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe I can explain. You may be able to convince me.
Because to Prentice's point, like you've gotten to a place where you wanted to be, and you can rest in a place of comfort. You can be comfortable now in your new home, but you know there's still more to do. So you're still pushing yourself. So now if you go, yeah, like you said, you're here, I got what I needed, I'm complacent, now I'm good. But no, you're still chasing and still fighting. So you're comfortable in your spot, but that ain't the end. There's more to it.
Right, right. So comfort
Right.
zone. Well, you say comfort zone and
Being comfortable versus being in your
pick 'em wrong.
comfort
Okay.
zone.
Yeah, I agree. So just to answer your original question, Prentice, here's the reality, bro. Literally, and I'm not even trying to be funny. Everything I'm doing in life right now, I wrote down as a goal when I was 24 years old. Everything. I checked off everything. So, and this is I had this epiphany like a couple years ago. So now, literally the example I just gave you. 24, I didn't know my ass from my elbow, right? Like I didn't know anything about business. I didn't know anything about making money. Like I was just learning. And I had to go through some hard times and all of that. And now I have a greater appreciation for it, and I just work my ass off. But now it's like, yo, if you dreamt this big and put this many goals down at 24, what could you do now at 40? And that was when I had that conversation with myself. I mean, what could you do now at 40? My aspirations are much different now. You see what I'm saying? So like I'm still fighting for something because I got more in the tank. Now there's gonna come a time where I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna just relax, but that's why I work hard now. It's the saying, right? Work hard now, live easy later, or live easy now and work hard later. So I got energy. I can make some shit happen. So that's
Does
why
that prevent you from living in the now though?
a little bit,
You know what I'm saying?
100%, 100%,
Because
100%.
I feel like with that, I listened to something. I saw something I was scrolling on the gram, and the dude was constantly saying that we spend so much time and effort chasing our goals down that we miss the benchmarks along the way, you know, or we don't enjoy or acknowledge them enough because we're constantly chasing.
We've had
And
this conversation.
But this is why we need therapy, bro. Right? Because in my mind, nobody can convince me that if I don't continue to work at the feverish pace that I work, that I won't lose all this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that's my mind. So this is another thing I'll say. This is why it's important to have a good partner, because I wouldn't slow down. You talking to the dude that took his first week-long vacation in 2021. It's the first time I ever took a week-long vacation. Like meaning I'm out of work from Monday to Monday.
that
You know
shit
what I'm
probably
saying?
fucked you up.
It did. It did. Especially because it was, my first year in the job. But I just learned that I got to be in the moment. You know what I'm saying? Like I got to enjoy these things. So my wife and I, it's a good balance because like you let her be in charge of the money. We going on vacation every 3 months, like
Right.
and not the Poconos. Like we going to an island. Like if you
Yeah.
leave it up to her,
Get your passports ready.
yeah. Like and I'm like,
Yeah,
nah,
that's
we're not doing that. But there has to be. But she's like, no, well, But then she has money, so she just ends up booking stuff herself. But it's like there's a balance, and I understand that my way isn't 100% accurate. Like I understand that pushing isn't the answer, but I also understand that ringing the bell when you made it also isn't the answer. You know what I mean? So it's just, that's why I said it's good to have a good partner, because you got to find a happy medium.
What's your comfort zone look like, Chief?
Right now, texting while he's recording.
The more
Bitch
I
ass.
think about it, is and here's the thing. So for my case, the more I think about it, is being here, and I'm gonna feed myself justification as to why I'm still in New Britain, my kids, blah 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 blah. You know what I'm saying? So I'm in a space right now where I know I could be doing more, and I'm like slowly working towards the more rather than like bell's a good word, feverishly attacking it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm in a space right now probably where I'm just like, decent job. Ain't nobody stressing me out. I'm in a building by myself. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot less pressure, a lot less stress. I don't go home with these tension headaches every day. Finally at a good stable place with the mothers of my children, so that ain't really overwhelm me no more. I'm not calling y'all niggas every day barking. So everything is like peace. It's real comfortable. You know what I'm saying? So now it's actually prompting me to. Well, I mean, I've been working. Let's not get that twisted. I've been working, but like, I think falling into this comfort zone on both ends of the spectrum, like from your perspective and Bell's perspective, falling into this space where it's like, okay, now I have a little bit less pressure on me. I'm more motivated now to kind of like. It's weird because when I don't know, maybe no, it's not more motivated. It just feels like I have more time, maybe and it's not like I didn't before, but I think the pressure that was on me made me feel like I didn't have the time to attack these certain things. So now, like, I was the only one in the building today, and I spent like 6 hours in the building writing and working on some stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that makes sense.
That's not something I had an opportunity to do. I got up, went to work early
Because
this morning.
when I think of comfort zone, like the comfort zone I need now is I need to be on my own property. You know what I'm saying? Like my comfort zone, like I envision it. Like when we were staying, what was that, last year in that fucking compound 4-story with a rooftop spot, to make it to that point and to live in such a grand space gave me comfort, but it did motivate me to do more, because then I was like, we're paying an astronomical price to live here, and it's fucking rent. It's somebody else's mortgage. So getting there gave me a high level of comfort, but I had to get there in order to understand the concept of just because you get there doesn't mean necessarily it's worth it. You know what I mean? Like,
Yo, let me pause you real quick, because this is such a good example. Such a good example. I probably wouldn't have gotten that until I could buy it. I would have been uncomfortable in a whatever the cheapest joint is, not like obviously not in a bad area because you got kids and stuff, but I would have thugged it out. You know what I'm saying? I would have thugged it out if and this may just be a new epiphany, getting your own property, being on your own property, but that's the difference. Like that's what I would have done. Like I would have thugged it out and like, all right, I'm gonna just make it happen. You know what I'm saying? And then all my effort would have been towards that. Like that would have been my driving force. You see what I'm saying?
Right. And I think I'm the way where I need to experience it
to know it's real, or know what it would feel like when.
Yup.
Yeah. Yep. And again, like I said, man, is neither one of these is wrong. It's just like how we process things and how we are motivated. And
right.
It's just so different, man. And that's why I love the conversation, because I was talking to my man today. I won't mention his name, but shout out to my man. He was self-made multimillionaire. You know what I'm saying? Self-made. And same age. And he unfortunately hit some hard times and lost it all. You know what I mean? He lost it all, lost everything. And now he's building it back up in a different industry. And we were talking this morning on my ride, my 45-minute ride in. And some people, because he has a business where he works with his hands. And he brings on people to help and stuff like that. And then people look at some of the stuff he's doing and like, no, man, you're doing too much and you're not charging them enough to do it. And he like, nah, this is how I am. This is how I operate. Like I always do more. He didn't say this, but I'm paraphrasing. He's basically like, I always give them more than what they pay for. Basically, in short, is what that meant. And they're like, nah, like we doing this, we doing too much. But I told him, I'm like, look, man, success leaves clues. Success leaves clues, right? You built a multi-million-dollar business, self-made, by yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you took some of them core principles. Those core principles is how you built that business. This is a different industry. But those same core principles that helped you build that will help you build this. So that's what I'm saying. Success leaves clues. So you may be a person, Prentice, where you got to go get a taste of it to make it real for you.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I'm saying?
It's tangible.
Yeah. Whereas I'm like, man,
to even know it's tangible.
And I'm the one where it's like, me and you was talking about it when we was in San Diego. I was like, I'm gonna get it done. I don't know exactly how, but I'm gonna put a plan together as best I can.
Right.
But I'm gonna make this goal. You know what I'm saying? And I'm gonna get it done. Like, and I'm gonna have a timeline. I'm gonna have all of that. And then because my mind is fixated on that, the things that I may have ignored before, or money that I wouldn't have put there, is now going to towards whatever that thing is. Because now it's like I'm fixated on them. Like, all right, that's my next thing. And again, that's not disrupting my livelihood or my comfort level here. But I understand it's like you have to. Another way I'll sum it up, because I feel like I've been talking for a while. Another way to sum this up is my shit need to be foolproof. I need to be insulated. You know what I'm saying? Like, because I could lose my job today, then what? You know what I'm saying? So how do I put some things in place where, I could liquidate, or I could make some things happen if I need to. That's how I'm always looking at it. And I always surround myself with people who are where I want to be. You know what I mean? Like, because that's just motivating to me. That's just motivating. And then, I mean, shit, you around celebrities all the time. But the challenge is, in your world, it's so heavily weighted on like talent and chance and right place, right time, and networking. It's not like it's not like you do this, and you'll be it's not linear. You know what I mean? It's not linear. So anyway, what's your thoughts?
I can put it
go ahead,
this way, man. I used to always, whenever I had to rent a car, I would always rent the cheapest shit, the Focus, the Kia, whatever. And I wouldn't rent a Stang. I wouldn't rent nothing nice because I'm like, this shit ain't mine. I'm not, I'm not about to be riding around. This shit ain't mine. And then I realized once, like 3 years ago, Sarai had to rent a car for like 2 weeks, and she rented a drop Mustang 5.0,
I remember.
convertible. Nigga, I got in that bitch for one motherfucking day. Was like, oh shit, I need me a motherfucking convertible. I would get in the car in the middle of the night, bro. It was during the summer, and drive around in 90-degree weather at 9 p.m. Like, yo, what the fuck have I been missing out on? And it took me to do that to be like, it took me to do that to be like, yo, I could have this. You know what I mean? Like, I'm doing it right now. Like, granted, this isn't my whip, but if I can rent it, I can buy that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I learned then that I'm the type of person that actually needs the experience in order to understand that it is tangible and for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, rent out a nice Airbnb and know what it feels like to stay in that shit for 4 or 5 days so I can get my hustle on, so I can have my own joint that feels like this, rather than being the person I used to be for the majority of my life and telling myself, oh, I ain't got no business with a Movado watch. You know what I'm saying? But nah, fuck that. I got one and now I love it. So now I like nice ass watches, and I found myself being able to afford them. You know what I mean? Like, so it's kind of like manifesting in a way. Like, experiencing it for me is manifesting it coming to me the way I want it to come, versus you, Bill, where it got to be yours off top before you experience it. And that makes sense too, though.
Yeah, but I do experience it though. Not maybe necessarily how you experience it, but I experience it. I may experience a third party. You know what I'm saying? Like I may go to somebody's nice ass house with a pool.
Right.
And I'm like, I want a house with a pool. You know what I mean? I want 3-car garage. You know what I'm saying? Like, and then that's enough because I got a taste of it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm like, oh, I'm like, if he can do it, I can do it too. I just got to be more disciplined. Because I don't, and again, I'm not saying it's right. I'm just saying the way I always look at stuff is like, I feel like there's nothing that I want that I can't have. The only question is how disciplined am I going to be to get it? You know what I'm saying? Like, like to me, it's like,
I think it's interesting for you, Chief. Oh, my bad, bro. Cutting you off.
No, I'm good. Go
ahead.
I'm good.
I was gonna say for Chief, it's interesting for you, but because I feel like you're at a space now where you were saying, like, you're not arguing with the mothers of your children, but you find reasons to convince yourself while you're still in Connecticut. And I was thinking, like, damn, you catch a rhythm, got a good rhythm, but breaking the comfort zone that you're in now is gonna be required in order for you to become more comfortable,
to grow.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
right.
Yeah. I mean, to even find more happiness. You're not.
No, for sure. But I mean, it comes with like ultimate what?
And that can be scary. Is my point. My point is that can be scary.
That's the whole point of the comfort zone. That's why people don't get out of it, because it's fucking scary. You know what I'm saying? But my thought is, if I stay like this for the next 10 years, I am going to be behind. Do you see what I'm saying? Like, if what's good for me today, this won't be good for me in 5 years. We don't got to look further than inflation, bro. We don't got to look further than inflation. Like, if you're not getting an 8% raise every year, at least you're getting a pay cut. Because inflation is 8%, 7-8%, whatever it is now. Like, bruh. So it's like you got to be on your job.
Right.
So that's the scary part for me. The scary part for me is being in the same spot. I just saw something on the gram. Over 12 years or 10 years or something like that. It was a Google. Did you see a Google Earth image? And the same dude was on the same porch every time they came by. Over a 12-year span.
That's actually,
you know what I'm saying? Funny. I'm like, yo, you talking about creature of habit, boy. That man didn't leave.
So when I think about it, fellas, like, there's been the comfort in being home is solely based out of me on and my children. Like I can't see a world where I'm like away from my kids, and I keep justifying and go, my boys have each other. I could take my baby and go, but I mean, I don't know if that would, just she's 13. I don't know if that's a whole nother deal with her moms or whatnot. But if that was the case, I could skip town. But I think I take some grace. I find some solace in the fact that like I get busy. Like I go places, you know what I'm saying? And there's like I've seen parts of the world that people couldn't imagine of being at. You know what I'm saying? I've been to places, I go places, I'm here, I'm there, I'm on this person's TV screen and this person's show, and it's like, okay, you moving, so that kind of gives me some comfort in living in my living situation, I guess. You think what I'm saying? Being able to
it helps the compromises.
You
know what I'm saying? Like it helps the compromises. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't have
I love the way you put that. Yeah.
Because I mean that's what it is. Like I'm doing that shit too. Or I'm not doing it, but I've definitely did that. You know what I mean? I had thoughts about moving, but couldn't for the kids. But traveling so much doesn't require me to have to live elsewhere because I'm always gone. So I get it.
Yeah, man. It's well, I know we're coming up on 50 minutes, but what do either one of you have like a defining moment either in your comfort zone that you realize like, yo, I'm deep in this motherfucker, I need to figure something out, whether you did or you didn't, or a defining comfort zone moment was like, yo, I was so out of my comfort zone, I don't know how I made it?
I don't know if that's the case, but I can say when I got involuntarily transferred to this expulsion site, I was ready to go. Like I'm.
But you didn't. Yeah, they put you in that situation.
Right. But my whole thing is like, I felt, and again, I know why they sent me. Like I'm clearly the best man for the job. When you're good at what you do, they put you where the need is the most. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that makes sense.
And so I didn't look at it like that, and then I realized how much less stress it is and all the other good stuff. But I'm still like, I didn't feel appreciated, didn't feel valued, and it was like, yeah, I need you too comfortable.
And people are too comfortable with you. Where
that's another part.
I didn't look at it like that.
We need to talk about that.
They're too comfortable with you, and then your shit just gets minimized. Oh, that's just Chief. That's just what Chief does.
I mean, I think that's the unspoken legacy of educators, though. You know what I'm saying? I think everybody in the industry is underappreciated per se.
Yeah, listen, dude. I feel like there's a point in time in every industry where someone can be underappreciated, and that's when it's time for them to move. Not necessarily companies, but different positions, expulsion centers, stuff like that. It just has to happen because there's going to come a time where you and the boss are just no longer seeing eye to eye, right? And not that you're beefing, but your goals might not be aligned anymore. You know what I'm saying? So you need to do something that's going to challenge you. And that's just been my whole thing with you, Chief. It's like all that stuff you said is great. Like it's true. And stay like that. Like there's nothing wrong with that. Like there's nothing wrong with the life that you just described, period. But it's like, if it's like it's like if you're gonna if you're cool with that, then say you're cool with that, because for me it's like, me, when you tell me like I want to do something, or I want to do this, or I want to do that, or I'm thinking about this, and I'm like, let's make it happen. You know what I'm saying? Like, what do we need to do to make it happen? Because I'm like that with myself. So that's just how I'm wired. But then it's like, oh, you don't really want to do that. Like, it would be a nice to have. It'd be nice to have, but it's not like if you don't do it, you'll die. And I use those words specifically because that's what being out of your comfort zone can feel like at times. You know what I mean? Like my most defining moment out of my comfort zone is when I left. Actually, before I say this, the other thing I was going to say to you, Chief, and to you, Prentice, is there's a reality to this that we're not spring chickens anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like the shit that we could potentially endure in our 20s, we're not going to endure that the same. You know what I mean? Like it's going to hit different. You know, it's, and Chief, you bring that up all the time in terms about your responsibilities, but that's what I'm saying. Where it's like we'll just put a plan together, so that way it mitigates it. But my most defining moment to date out of my comfort zone is when I left the high school, and I left the high school in 2008. So I was what 26, something like that, and I did that. Yeah, I was 26. No, I was 20. I was 28. I was 28 when I left. No, I couldn't have been. No, I was 26. I was 26 when I left, and I was 28 when I started my company. I was 26 when I left. But that was the toughest shit I ever been through in my life. But I knew I had to do it because I wanted more. I knew I wanted more, and I knew I couldn't get it where I was at. And I knew if I didn't leave, I would never leave. Because I just know myself, like being self-aware. Like I just know myself, and I know that I need something for my competitive juices to flow. Like I need something to make me feel like I'm going, like I'm always trying to attain something. And I knew if I stayed at the school, it wouldn't happen. But I mean, I almost lost my house. Like I was broke, man. Like I was selling Newports, bro. Bootleg Newports just to make ends meet. Like shit was wild. But during that time, bro, I got my job offered back twice during that time. And yeah, twice. They offered my job back to me twice because the people they replaced me with couldn't do what I did. And conventional wisdom, I'm like, hey, you broke. You about to lose this house. Go back to work. But I knew, I'm like, this ain't it. This ain't my calling. There's more for me out there. You know what I'm saying? So that's when and plus at that point, it was like a year. I think the second time might have been like a year. And I'm like, bro, if I go back to the school, all the pain I just endured would be in vain. All that shit would be in vain. Everybody who said I was stupid for leaving would be right. So I just thugged it out. Got my car repossessed. Like, it was bad. Like it was a rough time. But I believed in myself, and I believed that I didn't know what it was. Like it was a financial crisis. It was 2008. So I didn't know where I was going to end up, but I knew I needed to be out of here because if not, I would never get out of that comfort zone.
That's fair.
Yeah, for me,
I think you go ahead, Prentice.
I was gonna say for me, it was walking out of that marriage with the shit that was fitting my Ultima, bro. And I'm tripping off this conversation because I was in my comfort zone, but it was so uncomfortable. That's what made me leave. It was so uncomfortable being in that comfort zone that I left to experience more discomfort because I didn't have a job, didn't know what the fuck I was going to do with the kids, where we were going to be sleeping, but I did. So I left my comfort zone that was so uncomfortable for another uncomfortable situation that brought me way more comfort. It was weird.
Eventually,
you know what I mean? Like I'm uncomfortable in this new space, but all this newness is letting me know that this is what I needed to do, and that acknowledgement that I'm doing the right thing brought me more comfort. So that is the moment I can think of that that I can think of like a comfort zone that I was in that just was detrimental to my whole, development and existence, man. And so it's just weird, I guess it's just a matter of perspective how we look at this.
Yeah,
shit.
that's what this conversation is teaching me. It is perspective.
Yeah, and like how much discomfort actually plays a role in our lives. You know what I mean? Like willingness to be uncomfortable. Like and in what aspects of your life do you experience discomfort? And I guess, conversation for another episode would be how much of that discomfort is healthy and how much of it is detrimental. And how much of the detrimental
how much of it is a trauma response.
So it's funny you say that So I pulled that podcast I sent you with Dr. Huberman and
I gotta finish that. You're right.
David Goggins.
Yeah.
And so Dr. Huberman is a neuroscientist he's a neuroscientist. I'm gonna read it off the thing. So recently there's been a lot of research on it's called the interior mince. I forgot. It's
Sound it out.
mid-cingulate cortex, anterior mid-cingulate cortex. So it's a part of your brain, right? And there's been research on it, and it says that when people do something they don't want to do, like add 3 hours of exercise or stay away from the foods they're not supposed to eat while dieting, this area of your brain gets bigger. And they said you can build this up, but the caveat is once you do something. So for instance, Chief, you starting to run now, and I'm assuming you still have the phase where you hate it, but you do it.
I don't like it at all.
Okay, perfect. So every time you do that, it gets bigger. This grows. However, the moment you start liking it, like really enjoy running, like it becomes part of your life, it'll no longer grow from that act. And they said it's the largest in professional athletes and it's the smallest in obese people. So the notion is you have to continue to get yourself out of your comfort zone to allow this thing to grow. Right? Because it's making you better.
That's interesting because when you parallel it to professional athletes, they're always pushing their bodies to different limits and trying different things and learning different things. And then the obese person, one would assume, is less disciplined, more, complacent.
100%. Yeah. And that's the thing about the comfort zone. That's why I want to have this conversation, because it's like I am guilty of doing something out of my comfort zone and ringing the bell. I did this. I done got myself out of my comfort zone. But it's not about an act. It's about a way of life. Like when I ruptured my Achilles, like this is a perfect example, Prentice. I had real good rehab. Like I was running in 6 months after surgery. And I'm like, I'm going to be stronger. So this never happens again. So I've been running. So now I run, and again, it's not a lot, but I run, for me, it's a lot. It's like I run 30 to 40 miles every month. So, but that was because I had a life-altering event, and I'm like, okay, I got to get my shit right. Because the opposite of that for me is like, if I don't run, this could happen again. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, I don't ever want this to happen again. So now as a result, I get myself, I'm in my running t-shirt now. I ran right before we got on, and I didn't want to do it because I took like last 4 days off, but I just pushed myself because the research I've been doing and understanding that we got to continue to push myself out of our comfort zone. Now, I feel like for former athletes like Chief and me, like that's easy, pushing yourself athletically, right? That's just ego. Athletically, like that's ego, machismo, whatever you want to call it. We got a group chat. We talk shit to each other all day about, exercise goals. That's easy. The hard part is like socially pushing yourself out of your comfort zone, professionally pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. That's the part that.
Oh, that's a great point, bro. Because remember I told you I just came back from the Soul Fry joint, and it's outside. It's 300 poets, and it's pockets of poets having like ciphers. And just, poets spitting poems, poets clapping, doing whatever they do. And I sat down and watched all of them. And even in that element where I'm in it, I'm still like, I'm not about to jump in this cipher. I'm chilling.
And that's the thing, man. I'm telling you, bro, like everything we want is on the other side of that comfort zone. Because who the fuck knows what would have happened if you spit something and it resonated with somebody and that led to another conversation that led to, like, you just don't know. Like, And listen, that's the part I have not mastered. I have not mastered the discomfort socially. That's the part where I struggle. I've been doing little things trying to get out of my comfort zone. You always know when you you getting out of your comfort zone because you'll try to convince yourself why you shouldn't do it. Just like you, Chief. Just like you did. You were just successful. That's the only difference. So,
Nah, for sure. Well, we pushed over the time. I think this is a dope conversation, Bell. I see you got a bunch of other questions. We should definitely double back on this. So
yeah, well,
Yeah,
our check-in was like 25 minutes.
no, for sure. I think it's good. And to the listeners, man, we have talked several times about moving the check-ins to the back of the episode, but
We're not
y'all know what
moving
it
it.
is.
That's not even talking
Nah,
about.
If you're not into the check-ins, fast forward. We get into the topic, but sometimes the check-ins carry the episode, and it's a beautiful thing. So ride this wave with us and learn about our lives and whatnot. Yo, hit us up if you want to. Prentice, you be getting back to the person on the whatchamacallit?
Yeah, I've been responding. I need to get a. I'll talk to you about it after. There's one thing I need to do for the voice, the number.
Yeah. So hit us up if you have any questions, comments, concerns on our voice line is 860-410-6160. Shoot us a text, give us a call. We do respond, and hopefully we can.
Hey, somebody sent us a text with just like a bunch of 100 emojis or something like that. I thought that was cool.
Seen that. Yeah.
So that was dope. Did you respond to that, Pete?
Nah, one of y'all opened it. I don't. That it was in regards to that.
Oh, well, okay. We'll talk about it after. Or hit us up on email, allblackmenitherapy@gmail.com. If you want to hit one of us individually, Chief, Prentice, or Bell at abmnt.com. Visit the website, abmnt.com, allblackmenitherapy.com. Check it out. Get some merch. Donate to the cause so we can get Prentice a microphone and a laptop with a laptop. And pay for his first therapy session. Yo, that's what we should do. Therapy's probably like, depending on where you go, anywhere from 125 to 225. We gonna get Prentice in on behalf of the podcast. His first session, free. You dig what I'm saying? Anything else I missed, fellas? I think I tapped into everything. Yeah, we good.
I think we good, man.
So per usual, man, do us all a favor and hug a black man today.
Do it.
And tomorrow.
Do it.
It's so stupid. We out, y'all.